Hello students, a very good morning to all of you. Welcome to the video lecture series of numerical methods in chemical engineering. We have started unit number 3 and the name of the unit is solution of system of linear equations. Okay, first of all we have seen that how we can solve the system of linear equations. How many types of methods are there? So basically again in this also there are two types of methods. The first one is direct method and the second one is iterative method. What is the difference between direct method and iterative method? In direct method we have to follow a finite sequence of steps, okay, while in iterative methods we are doing the same step again and again. Okay, we have already completed the Gauss elimination method. Okay, what we are doing in the Gauss elimination method? So in Gauss elimination method, first of all, we have to write the augmented matrix. After writing the augmented matrix, we have to convert that augmented matrix into upper triangular form. Now, what is upper triangular form? In upper triangular form, the below three elements are 0. Okay, so after converting into the upper triangular form, we have to use back substitution. Okay, what is back substitution? We have to make three different equations in which in the last equation for z, x and y will be 0. For the second equation, x coefficient will be 0. And in the first, we can use the values of y and z to find the value of x. So this was about the Gauss elimination method. See, the Gauss elimination method you have already studied in calculus, but Gauss elimination will not give the 100% result. There are some pitfalls in the Gauss elimination method. Now, what is the meaning of pitfalls? Pitfalls means the errors, or we can say the disadvantages of Gauss elimination method. Okay, so there are basically three types of pitfalls in the Gauss elimination method. The first one is divide by zero error. Now, what is the meaning of divide by zero error? See, if you remember what we were doing, see here A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. This is the given matrix. Okay, to normalize these two values, okay, what we have to do? See, first of all, we have to make this element as 1. How we can make this element 1? So we have to divide this by A11. Okay, so 1 upon A11 into R1 will give us the value and I will get here 1. Okay, if instead of A11, if 0 is there, then what will happen? If 0 is there, then I have to divide the whole row by 0. Okay, this is 0, so 0 by 0. Again, any value divided by 0, any value divided by 0, and any value divided by 0 will be infinite. So these two elements will be infinite. So my final answer will not be obtained. The solution will not be obtained in such case. So in such case, the error will occur and that error is known as divide by zero error. So Gauss elimination method has one disadvantage, that is divide by zero error. Let us see the second type of error. Second type of error is round off errors. Okay, round off error means what? If any digit is already rounded off, okay, instead of 1.79, if you are taking 1.8, then there are chances of the answer to be different. Okay, so you have to check that whether there are round off errors or not. And if the number of significant digits are less, then these type of errors can occur in the Gauss elimination method. The third type of error is ill-conditioned system. Now there are some systems in which small change in the value will result in the large change in the solution. For example, any number I am taking 1.09x. If I am taking 1.1 in place of 1.09, then what will happen? The whole answer, the whole solution will become change. Okay, there will be change in the solution. Okay, so minor change, you can see the change is only of 0.01, but there will be large change in the solution. For such system also the Gauss elimination method fails. So these are some of the pitfalls in the Gauss elimination method, and this type of question can be asked in GTU, so you have to prepare this question. Okay, now how to overcome the pitfalls? How we can overcome the pitfalls of the Gauss elimination method? So to overcome the pitfalls of Gauss elimination method, we are using one more method, the extension of the Gauss elimination method, that is Gauss elimination with partial pivoting. Now, in this case also, in this method also, the system of three linear equations will be given. A11x plus A12y plus A13z is equal to D1. A21x plus A22y plus A23z is equal to D2. And A31x plus A32y plus A33z is equal to D3 is the given system of linear equations, where we have already studied that A1, A11, A12, A13, these all are the system coefficients, and D1, D2, D3 are the constants. Okay, how we can solve this? The first step is same as the Gauss elimination method. We have to write the augmented matrix first. So after writing the augmented matrix, okay, see how you can write the augmented matrix. A slash B. So A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33, and D1, D2, D3 will be our B. Okay. See, what is our next step? See, we have to select the first pivot. Now, what is pivot? Pivot is the largest element in the first column. For example, my first column is 4 to 1, then this is my pivot. Why? Because this is the largest of all the elements of the first column. So we have to place the pivot at A11 position. Here it is already in A11 position. If this 4 is located here, okay, if 14 is there, then what will be pivot? 14 will be pivot. So we have to take 14 to A11 position, and using that 14 we have to normalize these two. Now what is the meaning of normalization? We have to make these two elements 0. So this is known as normalization. Okay. Okay, what we have to do after normalization? After normalization, we have to neglect the first row and first column. Okay, for example, after normalizing, here it is 1 by 2, here 1, 0, minus 1, any value we can take. Okay, after normalizing the column, the row 1, okay, we have to select the pivot from these two. Out of these two, we have to select one more pivot, that is second pivot, and second pivot is to be kept at A22 position. Okay, here the first pivot will come, and here the second pivot will come, and the second pivot is used to make the element, this element as 0, and again we are converting the whole matrix into upper triangular form, and then after using the back substitution you can get the answer. Okay, so in this way, by using partial pivoting, we have to convert the augmented matrix into upper triangular form. Fine. Okay. Let us solve one numerical on the basis of this. See, this is the given numerical. We have to solve 2x plus 2y. Okay, we have to solve 2x plus 2y plus z equals to 6, 4x plus 2y plus 3z equal to 4, and x plus y plus z equals to 0 using Gauss elimination method with partial pivoting. See, here it is already mentioned that you have to use partial pivoting. So it is compulsory for you to solve it with the help of partial pivoting only, otherwise this sum will be wrong. Okay, first of all we will write the matrix form. Ax is equal to B form. A will be our matrix. Ax is equal to B. So I can write here 2 to 1, 4 to 3, and 1 1 1, which are the three unknown variables x, y, and z. And our B vector, P matrix will be 6, 4, 0. Okay, what is our next step? We have to write the augmented matrix. It is nothing but we have to write A and B together. 6, 4 and 0. Okay, now we have to use partial pivoting. How we can find the first pivot? See, first pivot is to be found from column number 1. The largest element of column number 1 will be our pivot. So 4 is our pivot. Okay, 4 is the first pivot. So what we have to do? We have to place the 4 at A11 position. So by taking R12, we have to take R12. Okay, so by taking R12, interchanging the row 1 and 2, I will get my next matrix. Here 4 will come. Okay, see, this is my first pivot. Now using this first pivot, I have to make these two elements 0. So how I can do that? I have to take operation. Which operation I have to do? See, I have to use R2 minus R1 by 2 and R3 minus R1 by 4. See, what will be my answer? After doing this, my answer will be 4, 0, 0, 1, 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 4 and minus 1. Fine. Okay, now what we have to do? We have to select the second pivot. How we can select the second pivot? By neglecting the first row and first column, we have to select the second pivot. Okay, how we can select the second pivot? After neglecting first row and first column. Okay, so neglect the first row and first column. Out of these two, we have to select a pivot. The largest of these two, this is already largest. So this is our second pivot. And using this pivot, we have to make the below element. This element is to be made 0. Okay, so here I can write 1, minus 1 by 2, 4. And my last row will be 0, 0, 1 by 2 and minus 3. Okay, now this has been converted into upper triangular form. See, you can see this is upper triangular form. And after that, what we have to do? See, we have to use back substitution. So using back substitution, I can write 1 by 2z is equal to minus 3. So my z will be minus 6. Then y minus 1 by 2z is equal to 4. Solving this, you will get the value of y as 1. Okay, and the third, 4x plus 2y plus 3z is equal to 4. After placing the value of y and z in this equation, you will get the value of x as 5. So my solution is 5, 1 and minus 6. Okay, this is the solution of the required numerical. Okay, this is the solution of the required system, 5, 1 and minus 6. Okay, you can solve more numericals that are given in the question bank. We will come with more methods in the next lecture. Till then, have a good day. Bye bye.